What was it they taught you on that survival course? About sharing bodily warmth? Oh my goodness! I'm feeling a bit under the weather. James. Toodaloo.
I can be your hero, baby. Mr. Loverman, Mr. Loverman, James.
Hello everyone and welcome to my latest Bond review. Today we are going to be reviewing the third Roger Moore James Bond adventure and the 10th James Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me. Couldn't resist it. So, the basic plot of the Spy Who Loved Me is that Bond is sent to investigate the hijacking of a pair of nuclear submarines. Also, KGB agent Anya Amasova, I believe her name is, she is also sent on the same mission, and together the two of them sort of team up to stop Stromberg from his plans. That's pretty much the basic gist of The Spy Who Loved Me. And this was when I started to notice a pattern emerging with the Bond movies, is that in most of the eras of the actors, the third installments tend to be the best. And in this case, this is Roger Moore's best film. I believe that The Spy Who Loved Me is Roger Moore's best Bond film. It is the quintessential Roger Moore James Bond adventure. Like Goldfinger was the quintessential Connery film. I mean, Live and Let Die was great. It was absolutely brilliant, masterpiece. Man with the Golden Gun, it was also very good. It wasn't quite as good as Live and Let Die, it was still good. But The Spy Who Loved Me, holy shit. Wow, this movie is just excellent in every aspect of the word. I mean, you have everything about, this movie is great. You have Roger Moore. Roger Moore is on fire. This is Roger Moore's best performance. Oh, definitely one of his best performances. I'm not sure if it is his best, but this was when he really found his identity in the role. This was when he thought, probably looked back at the previous two films and probably thought, okay, now he's kind of got a flavour of who he is, and he's finally identified his Bond. He's a suave ladies' man. He is a bit of a tough guy, but I think he's more of the sort of charmer, and I like that aspect. It's like none of the other Bonds were probably as charming as Roger Moore. I mean, I know Craig is my favourite, but think he embodies more of the grittiness of Bond than, I mean, Roger Moore embodies sort of more of the charm. And he uses his charm, his effectiveness, like in certain situations he uses his charm to, help him. We have Bond girl, Anya. She is great. I really like Anya, and, Barbara Bach. Oh my gosh. I mean, because the previous two Bond films, you have Solitaire, who is also very sexy, but she is a well-rounded character. She is really, really cool. Rosie Carver, less said about her the better. Man with the Golden Gun, you have Goodnight, who's played by Britt Eklund, and she's pretty good. Not necessarily, there for her brains, but she is amazingly good-looking too. Evandria as well. She's pretty okay, I guess. But this movie, Barbara Bach, damn. I mean, Barbara Bach is just sexy as hell. I mean, she's not the best actress in the world, but her acting is passable. But she is when she's on screen, can't really take your eyes off her. To be quite honest, it's we'll check that later. When she's on screen, you can't really take your eyes off her. I mean, there's definitely more than one reason why she's sexy. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I think that the cinematography is beautiful, and it's really different to the first two films of Roger Moore's era, because this is a really interesting thing, because even in the first three films, his era has been very diverse, like, in terms of cinematography and locations. Like Live and Let Die, you have the African Caribbean kind of ethnic feel and the voodoo kind of thing. Man with the Golden Gun, it's more kind of, it's a bit lesser than that. It's more real. I mean, The Spy Who Loved Me's, locations are great. I think it was Italy. But don't quote me on it. I can't exactly remember. But the movie looks beautiful. Cinematography, stunning, and oh boy, this movie looks great on Blu-ray. Yeah. Action scenes are very good too. I love the opening action sequence. Probably one of the best opening sequences to ever happen in a Bond movie. I think that, that ski chase is a real, achievement in cinema in terms of Bond. And that music that plays during the Bond 77 thing, that's awesome. Don't. Sorry, I can't resist. I gotta stop this. Yeah, other action scenes. The car chase is really cool. The train fight is awesome. And obviously, the climax is pretty spectacular. Like with the big battle at the end, and the fights with Jaws are all quite cool. Another little fights as well, like Bond, when the guy has Bond by the time, and he's like, "Where's Feckish?" And then the guy's at the pyramids, and he's just like, ah, it's really good. Like the action is all done really well. I love the action in this movie. That big battle is pretty amazing. In terms of everything else, yeah, I love this movie. It's just so much fun. That's why I love the Roger Moore era. And the reason why I love Roger Moore as Bond is because he embraces that essence of fun. It's just a fun 2 hours that you can kick back, and I now understand why Jack McCullough loves Roger Moore's Bond so much. It definitely goes to show level of commitment that Roger Moore puts in. If I have to point out any negatives, my only real criticism I have is really Stromberg, the villain. It's not so much Kurt Jurgens' performance. It's more the fact that the character really gets nothing to do. He's there for a few scenes, and then at the end he's like, he dies. It's not. It's a bit of a waste, really. I mean, it's not like his acting's bad. It's not like he's a cartoonish villain, or that his voice is a bit odd, but you adjust to it slowly. I just wish they'd given him more to do, because there could have been great potential for some great scenes with him and Bond. But him and Bond only get two scenes where they really interact properly, because most of the film we're focusing on Bond and Anya, who are sort of going on this sort of road trip, I guess, together. The production design by Ken Adams is fantastic, and the submarines look awesome. They look really sort of, the scale of this movie looks a lot bigger than, say, Living Like Dying Man, The Golden Gun, and some of the Connery films. But The Spy Who Loved Me. Whoa, and Jaws. How could I forget Jaws? Jaws is like one of the best, henchmen to ever grace us in a Bond movie. Jaws is just immense. Jaws is awesome. He is so cool. Probably should mention, in case any of you didn't know, but you probably do by now, Richard Kiel, the actor who plays Jaws, has recently passed away. And it's a real shame. Because he's a good actor, and he seemed like a really nice guy. He's a really big, tall guy. I mean, he was a really big, tall guy, but, it's unfortunate that this has happened, and just wanted to take that moment to just reflect on him as Jaws, because, Jaws is a classic character in the Bond series, and Jaws does return for Moonraker. I'm so sorry, my bow tie. Let me just sort this out. This is all gone wrong. It's sorry, that was really bugging me. I needed to do that. Yeah, no, Richard Kiel, you're the man. I'll obviously, give another mention to him in the next review, because that's Moonraker. But no, he is awesome, even just as a physical presence, and the fact that he doesn't say anything makes him very threatening too. Kind of like Oddjob, but Jaws in a different way. Jaws is sort of taller, and Jaws Roger Moore is like, whoa, this guy does not stand a chance against him. Whoa. The music is good. John Barry doesn't do the music for this film, done by someone else, but I can't remember who it is. It's not the best score they've had, but it's certainly not the worst either. I mean, there are worse scores. I mean, it's just a bit forgettable. But the song, Nobody Does It Better, is obviously a classic. It's a bit, it's played on the radio a lot, so it is, in a sense, repetitive, but it is one of the best Bond songs. It pretty much, it works with this movie. It works with this movie, which is a fantastic compliment I can give. The title sequence as well is nice, simple, but it works. Having Roger Moore in the title sequence, and then shooting him, and having him run and then turn with the women. I thought, it looks like a nice sort of effect. I mean, going in from the parachute to the Union Jack to the title sequence, it's great. It's really great. There are some great scenes as well, also between Bond and Anya, like when he's like, what do they teach you on that survival course about bodily warmth? Like, Roger Moore's just so cool in here. He's just so at ease. Like, he's like, oh, nice figure. They're like, well, when he's talking about Naomi, I think her name is Naomi. Yeah. What else was I going to say? Damn, that's bugging me. The MI6 regulars are fine. Moneypenny, M, Q, they're good. This is the first film I believe, the first film to feature General Gogol, and he's fine. Yeah, he's pretty good. For the scenes he's in, he's quite good. And the ending is quite funny as well. I mean, like when they see Bond and Anya sort of having sex in the little pod thing, and then M's like, oh, 007, what are you doing? He's like, keeping the British hand up, sir. He pulls down the curtain. Yeah, no, it's a great movie. It's such a fantastic movie. And Lewis Gilbert returns to direct, which is odd because he directed You Only Live Twice, and that was about 10 years before this. So that's a bit weird, but hey ho. Guy Hamilton couldn't stay forever. I think it was his direction in this movie is great, absolutely brilliant. I love the direction. So much tension, action. The pacing, it's paced so well. Like, it moves like a rocket. Like, this movie is one of the quickest Bond films, one of the fastest paced Bond films ever. Like, you can just sit back and watch for 2 hours and it will just fly by. Like, I watched it just now and I was like, what, has it really been 2 hours? Oh my god. So I give props to Lewis Gilbert for that as well, and the editor. In terms of Lewis Gilbert, I'd say he has redeemed himself after You Only Live Twice, because his direction in that movie was a bit all over the place. I mean, it wasn't bad as such, but it was just, he had to suffer under sort of the terrible script and Connery not giving a crap. I think he can direct better with Roger Moore. I think he can direct better with Roger Moore. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't really be fussed if Lewis Gilbert didn't return to the series, or whether he did or didn't. It wouldn't bother me, but for him coming back for this movie, I thought it worked out surprisingly well. So yeah, in the end, The Spy Who Loved Me is an absolute triumph. It manages to, you know, surpass its predecessors of the Roger Moore era. It is one of my favourite Bond movies ever. It is a masterpiece. It's better than Live and Let Die, in my opinion. I mean, some of you may disagree with me, Jack. But no, yeah, it's my opinion. So please don't hate me for my ratings. Like I said, my only real flaws is Stromberg. Is that he didn't really do much. It wasn't really as well developed. Bit of a one-dimensional villain, but there we go. And at the end of this movie, it did say James Bond will return For Your Eyes Only, which was the original plan until until, you know, obviously Star Wars came out in 1997, so they probably, sorry, no, not 1977. So then they thought, oh, maybe we could cross that over. So For Your Eyes Only was pushed back, and then they decided to do Moonraker, which I will mention more about that in the next review. So yeah, The Spy Who Loved Me, great Bond movie, fantastic. You know, Roger Moore's fantastic, locations are great, storyline is brilliant, battles are epic, like, it's brilliant. Anya's really cool. She's not the best actress, but she's insanely good looking. Oh, so that doesn't, because I only have one nitpick, I don't care. I'm going to give this one 10 out of 10.
I wasn't looking, but somehow you found me. I tried to hide from your love, but like heaven above me, the spy who loved me is keeping all my secrets safe tonight.
I know a lot of you have noticed that I've been giving quite a few 10s recently, but that won't be for every review. Yes, no, there's quite a few ones to come, so yeah. But yeah, no, The Spy Who Loved Me, you can't deny it. It's a masterpiece. It's fantastic. So yeah, next time we are going to be reviewing James Bond in Space, in other words, known as Moonraker. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So yeah, we're almost halfway through the Roger Moore reviews. Wow, that's kind of going quick. Yeah, so thank you all for watching. As always, I'm Mr. Thomas 11. See ya.